So after listening to sirens and seeing creepy thumbnails that Google picked out for me, and remembering all of the disorders in the DSM that I started with when I was at New Horizons in Seattle, Washington, working with at-risk and homeless kids in 2012, just before I got assaulted, brutally attacked early in the morning by a man who had met a woman who was young, a young woman, 17 maybe, possibly even 16. And they came here to Seattle, Washington. He was in his 30s when they met. He didn't like me in the room with her, and she told me they were friends, so I fell asleep with her. We didn't do anything horrible. We didn't have a plan. We were just hanging out, and we fell asleep. I didn't know I had a brain tumor so big it was going to push into my optical nerve shortly afterwards, and they were going to have to almost perform emergency surgery. And the laughter outside, the social conditions here in Seattle, Washington, in this area of Capitol Hill, are much different than that bubbling sound behind me. The food, the health, cooking needs to either be turned down and calmed, or it could cause a disaster for this apartment building. So I have to always remember what's happening. And I always have to remind myself afterwards to take good care and to do what I've been told along the way trying to go to medical school. Have fun. So I buy fun mugs and drink cold brew coffee I make at home. I wear camouflage because I want to eventually eat a deer meat or a bear meat or some invasive pig with my own two hands, and not have this hand with the phone and this hand grabbing a package and this hand pushing buttons and this hand putting the package in the cart and then going back and going and doing and having my life feel like maybe being in a washer or a dryer, to be blunt. And when the words don't make sense anymore, a person has to choose their rituals, their behaviors, their drugs, their abuse, their bullying, their emotions, their social power and control, their downright hatred towards me because I'm white and I have a country I love and adore. Should not have to be a video for y'all. I spent time with the little man. I spent time with the little lady. I spent time with animals. I've been basically Dr. Dolittle with Milo because he's getting so old. So 13-year-old, so dog. Adorable as heck, but just getting, I think, worn out. He's got a big old mass on his side. I guess is a cyst. And no matter how concisely I say to someone, I nanny with the psychotherapist, I have taken care of children during my recovery from cancer. But I know what my hands are meant for. I know what my brain and hopefully my finger that's been hurt can do to help and to not harm. But here in Seattle, Washington, there's this underlying belief that people like me are never going to win the game, they say. And they are correct, because we all don't live in a game. We might have economics, and we might have game theory, and we might have neuroscience. But what we really have are a brain, a mind, and a body. Within a world here on Earth. Namaste. The end.